All right, our top focus on Super 6 is on Karnataka. Allegations of vote manipulation continue to swirl as the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, ramped up his criticism of the Election Commission. How? Well, Rahul Gandhi has targeted one particular seat this time, in North Karnataka, in the Aland seat. This is in Kalaburgi district. Now, he's claimed that the integrity of the voting process in this particular seat was compromised during the 2023 elections. Rahul Gandhi alleges that there was actually an attempt to wipe out 6,000 plus voter names from the rolls to change the outcome. This was a seat that the Congress had won in the 2023 Assembly elections. But Rahul Gandhi says and suggests there were attempts to change that 6,000 names were almost deleted with accusations of fake logins, of suspicious locations. Essentially, the suggestion that he's making is that there were online attempts to actually wipe out names from the voter list. Now, he's therefore questioned the very legitimacy of the election process. The Election Commission, in response, has rejected all of these allegations, saying they're completely baseless and highlighting the fact that they had filed a complaint, and FIR was filed based on their complaint over this exact issue. Let's break it down for you. What exactly is the issue that Rahul Gandhi has raised over that one seat in Karnataka? We break that down for you first.
This is something I'm saying after solid proof.
A second vote Chori charge, and for a second time centered around Karnataka. Rahul Gandhi, in his all-out attack against the EC, has now cited data from a seat in Karnataka to allege vote Chori. The seat in the spotlight, Aland in North Karnataka. Listen in first to Rahul's charge.
6,018 votes. Somebody tried to delete 6,018 votes. We don't know the total number of votes that were deleted in Anand in the 23 election. They're much higher than 6,018, but somebody got caught deleting 6,018 votes. And it was caught, like most crimes, by a coincidence.
So according to Rahul Gandhi, there was an attempt to delete 6,018 names in this seat during the 2023 elections. Now Rahul claims that fake logins were used for these deletion requests, and the requests came from mobile numbers outside Karnataka. He has also highlighted that the forms were filled at odd hours at what he calls unnatural speed. Rahul Gandhi has also alleged that the Karnataka CID attempted to look into this irregularity.
Karnataka CID by September 25, last letter went in September 25, has written 18 reminder letters. Now this is absolute solid proof that Gyanesh Kumar is protecting the people who are doing this. This is also absolute solid proof, what I've shown you, that this is being done in a centralized way.
The Election Commission has meanwhile rubbished the charge over the Aland seat, calling the allegations baseless and setting the record straight on the CID probe. Mind you, the Aland seat that Rahul Gandhi was focused on in his expose was a seat the Congress won in 2023.
18 बार सीओडी ने इलेक्शन कमीशन को लिखा है कि इसका सबूत दीजिए, इसका क्या इंफॉर्मेशन, तब भी इलेक्शन कमीशन सबूत नहीं देता.
Rahul Gandhi's allegations has sparked a political storm in Karnataka, with the Congress government in the state escalating the vote Chori narrative.
So the Election Commission is not cooperating with the investigation team. Whatever Rahul Gandhi said, it is not 100%, it is 200% is right. This is going on in the entire country. We want Election Commission to work very independently. They are looking in a political angle.
चुनाव दर चुनाव हार और जनता से नकार दिए जाने वाले एक नेता, जिनके नेतृत्व में लगभग 90 चुनाव कांग्रेस पार्टी हारी, उनकी हताशा निराशा दिन पर दिन बढ़ती जा रही है और आरोपों की राजनीति को इन्होंने अपना आभूषण बना लिया है.
18 letters in last 18 months seeking an explanation and more details about this vote Chori. However, he has also alleged that despite having all the documents and the technology, Election Commission did not even reciprocate to the letter of investigating agency COD. With Madhu Sagaraj reporting for India Today, Bengaluru.
Now, while Rahul Gandhi has said that, look, there was an attempt to delete over 6,000 names from the rolls, this is an issue that came up earlier. Now, there was an FIR that was registered, and let's run you through that particular chronology as well, which the Congress has referred to, saying that in February 2023, the FIR was filed. This, mind you, is based on the Election Commission flagging up this issue. So the Karnataka CID stepped in. They wrote to the Election Commission requesting IP addresses because, like I said earlier, all of this seemingly was done online. So in March 2023, there was this request put forth by the Karnataka CID. 5 months later, information was passed across from the Election Commission, only some of it, though not all of the requests made by the CID was accommodated. So again, the Karnataka CID wrote another letter to the Election Commission requesting for more information. This was again about 4 months after you had some information from the Election Commission. So in Jan 2024, there was another request. In all, the Karnataka CID has reportedly written to the Election Commission of India 18 times. There's been no response. This is what Rahul Gandhi has raised to question why the Election Commission hasn't given details just yet. Let's get your breaking news coming in. Now, the Karnataka government is contemplating the formation of a special investigative team, an SIT, headed by a senior IPS officer to actually probe the allegations of vote chori in Karnataka. There are two areas already that Rahul Gandhi has spoken of. First, in his first expose, the focus, the spotlight was on Mahadevpura, which is part of the Bangalore Central constituency, and now Anand in Karnataka, which is in North Karnataka. And so there's a possibility that the Siddaramaiah government could go ahead and set up an SIT to look into these allegations. I'll quickly bring in Sagai Raj for more details. So on this, Sagai, what are you hearing from your sources? Is this something that the Siddaramaiah government will be doing in the coming days? Because the Karnataka CID is already looking into this based on the FIR that was registered in 2023.
This was an expected line, and even after a leader of opposition and their supremo Rahul Gandhi had addressed the press conference, and it was expected that the Karnataka government might go ahead for the next step, that is forming an SIT. And now the government sources are thinking about forming an SIT, and the announcement might come out probably tomorrow or day after. We'll get to know that BK Singh, who is a senior IPS officer who had investigated the Prajwal Revanna gang rape case, will head this particular investigation as well, where they will go ahead and inquire on the allegations made by Rahul Gandhi in connection with Mahadevpura as well as Anand vote chori.
Okay, Sagai, thanks very much for those details. Let's get you another news break that's coming in. Now, the Congress has alleged that there's been no response from the Election Commission whenever the Karnataka CID sought information from the EC. And they've now said the last letter that went across from the Karnataka CID was actually, in fact, on 9 September, just about 10 days ago. And they're saying that despite that, there was no response from the Election Commission. Now, the CID has written 18 times to the Election Commission in the last 18 months since the FIR was registered in February 2023. Let me open this up to our panel joining us this evening. We've got Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, BJP Karnataka State Secretary, spokesperson of the party, Lavanya Balal, Congress spokesperson. We've got Sandeep Shastri, political analyst as well. Thank you all very much for your time. Mr. Sandeep Shastri, I'd like to begin with you, sir, on your reaction. What do you make of Rahul Gandhi's allegations, focused particularly on Anand in Karnataka?
I think it is increasingly becoming a political crossfire. What should be a question of the Election Commission looking into an allegation has now become a crisis or a clash between the Congress and the BJP. I think, like has been said by a range of former chief election commissioners, it was important that the Election Commission makes a way forward by looking into the allegations made. Now, if there are allegations made, you need to set up a transparent, open inquiry
Sure.
so that the public has the confidence that things are happening. Soon after what Rahul Gandhi said today, if the Election Commission immediately dismisses it, it appears as if there has been a little application of mind on this. But the sad thing is, it has become a political ball which is being tossed between the Congress and the BJP. And that is something that should not have happened. There should have been a greater limitation of the intensity of the language used by the Congress leader, as also the attack on the Congress leadership for the point it is making. I think there was a need for a little more caution in terms of the language on both the sides, because when such
Okay.
language is used, the focus goes away from the allegation to other issues.
Mr. Shastri, it was bound to become political. But keeping that aside, looking at what Rahul Gandhi has alleged, there has been a response from the Election Commission. What do you make of that response, Mr. Shastri? Do you think that people are buying into what Rahul Gandhi is saying of this vote chori narrative? And do you think the EC is doing a good job of countering that? Do you think they are actually managing to counter that narrative at all?
Now, what the Congress leadership is alleging, that a range of letters have been written by the CID to the Election Commission with no response. I think if there is some proof of the same provided, it would lead to greater evidence of the fact that issues are not looked into. Let's also remember in the same breath that the CID is under the control of the Karnataka state government, which is a Congress government. So, as you rightly put it, Akshata, you cannot separate the politics in the whole process.
Yeah.
Though, as we desperately tried to do that to get at the core issues, it seems to be enmeshed in this political fight, because when CID asked the Election Commission would raise who is the CID to do that. The CID is of a state government, which is of a different political party. So in the process, what happens is
Yeah.
the political divide takes center stage and the issue gets lost sight of.
Very true. Mr. Sandeep Shastri, I request you to stay with me. I'll open this up to our political panelists as well. Lakshmi Gowda, the question that's constantly raised here is, if the Election Commission did file a complaint, as they've said, and an FIR was registered, why have they then not replied to any of the notices that were issued by the Karnataka CID?
Akshita, I would like to tell first that I can first understand the frustration of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who could not defeat our Honorable Prime Minister and BJP party for 3 consecutive terms. And I can understand how he is giving the bizarre, hollow, baseless statements about Election Commission of India or electoral integrity and democratic accountability. If he continues to do so, if he continues to give the same hollow, bizarre statements about our electoral integrity and democratic accountability, he should remain in the opposition for 3 more consecutive terms should he get more frustrated. I'm sorry to say this. The preposterous statement of Mr. Rahul Gandhi about Election Commission of India about vote chori against BJP party and the constitutional body Election Commission of India, and the dismissal of his own party legislator for are contradictory to each other. Mr. Rahul Gandhi seems to be more bothered, and he is not least bothered about our Bharata and our Bharata Vasiyu, and he seems to be more bothered about
we've spoken of this
illegal
before,
status.
that everyone has a right to ask questions. When there are questions asked, particularly about how the EC functions, maybe the right way to go about it is to answer those questions. And look, we're talking about a state that's Congress ruled.
The Election Commission of India has given a clarification to Mr. Rahul Gandhi that no deletion can occur without a due process and the affected person being properly heard of. These baseless, preposterous statements are creating, especially to spin the false narrative, to spread the false narrative, just to create the political unrest. He is hallucinating that thereby he can create the political unrest, thereby he can dismantle the more than larger than life image of Mr. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is simply impossible. That is only a hallucination. He should continue to hallucinate. Should he get more frustrated by doing that?
In Lavanya Balal of the Congress on this. Lavanya Balal, the question that's constantly raised, you heard there from the BJP, is that the Election Commission in their counter has said that, look, it's not as simple as wiping out votes online, that there is then a physical verification that's done. So this is a half-baked narrative that's being put out.
Good evening, Akshita. Before we proceed, I would like to tell Mr. Shastriji, the first complaint by the CID, this is for your information, sir, was filed in February 2023 while the BJP government was still in power in Karnataka. Secondly, I would request the BJP spokesperson to not make personal comments about our leaders, because we will also resort to that if she continues in the same vein. Thirdly, there have been people on stage while Mr. Gandhi was doing a presentation today. Both parties, under one woman's name, there was an attempt to erase the electoral data or the data of other 12 people, and both parties were present here. Rahul Gandhi today has given a platform to the voters to express what has been going on with their votes under their name. Look at it logically. At 4 o'clock in the morning, somebody logs in and tries to fill this form. In 36 seconds, 2 forms are filled and attempted to, submit these forms. If our candidate would not have caught this vote chori happening because the BLO herself realized her uncle's vote is being removed by her neighbor who had no clue that it is going on. That is why this issue has come forth. Now, when we talk about Election Commission, no, Election Commission has not given any kind of clarity today. Election Commission has very rudely dismissed these allegations. Like Mr. Shastri said, the Election Commission would, I think, gain people's trust once again if they go and give explanations or made any attempt to give explanations
So
for
let me
these
tell you.
voter additions or deletions, which it is not doing. And I feel BJP as another party in this democratic country, if they were really concerned about the democratic process, they should also be questioning an supposedly independent body that is failing to, do its duty. So
Lavanya
why
Pal,
are they
I'll put out for you what the Election Commission has said right now. They have very clearly at this point spoken about the allegation of the vote deletion, saying it doesn't happen that, someone just tries online and then the vote is wiped out, that there is a physical verification that's done. The Election Commission also says that, yes, certain unsuccessful attempts were made in 2023. An FIR was filed by the authority of ECI itself to investigate the matter. So they've been apprised of this in 2023.
But the question now is, Akshita, there have been 18 letters written by the CID of Karnataka, for which only once the Election Commission has given partial information. What stops the Election Commission with, from assisting an investigation into an attempt into vote chori? They also want the same results, right? I'm sure end of the day, all of us, irrespective of whichever party, we do not want our rights to be stolen by somebody. We don't know who that person is who is trying to log in and meddle with this voter data. Why is it that the Election Commission does not want to know who is trying to do the vote chori? The same question applies to the BJP. Why are you so upset? If somebody is trying to do vote chori, it is all of our duty to ask the Election Commission, please give a clarification. You don't need to defend the Election Commission for the dereliction of the duty of the Election Commission.
Lakshmi Gowda, all this while the BJP has said that what Rahul Gandhi is saying is fake, none of it is true. In this particular case, the Election Commission has conceded that yes, this happened in 2023 and they are the ones who moved forward to look into it. In which case, it's extremely worrying that someone was attempting to wipe out names from the voter roll. So is the BJP too concerned about this?
Election Commission of India has given a clarification saying that it cannot be done like that without being the affected person being properly heard of. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is so much skeptical about Indian democratic system itself. He is so much skeptical about constitutional bodies and our gigantic technological prowess of the country. Because he doesn't believe in EVMs. He doesn't believe in VVPATs.
No, one second.
He believes
Lavanya
in
Pal, I'll
ballot
come to you.
papers. He would
Lakshmi
like to
Gowda,
take
no,
the
Lakshmi
country
Gowda, my
at least
question
2
to you
to
was
3
very
decades
specific.
backward.
No,
He would
Lakshmi
like to
Gowda, I
take the
asked you a very
country at
specific
least 2
question. Lakshmi Gowda, please answer my question. My question was very clear. It was a very specific question. Looking at the information that Rahul Gandhi has put out, which by the way is not new because the Election Commission themselves have confirmed that this is something they knew about in 2023. Is it something that also concerns the BJP, that there were certain unsuccessful attempts, but attempts were made to wipe out voters, to wipe out and delete their names, over 6,000 of them?
There are battery of Congress leaders, those who got dismissed because of their vote chori, because of the electoral malpractices. The contradictory statements that is put out by the Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the dismissal of his own party leaders, and is the name of the constituencies is mentioning, or the Congress or the constituencies where the Congress party has won the election. What does it mean? He's giving the contradictory statements. He is telling that his only party people have done the
Ma'am, you're
electoral
not answering my
malpractices and
question.
the vote chori.
Ma'am, you're not answering my question. My question again comes back to the same, and I'll repeat it for you. Is the BJP concerned by what's emerged? What Rahul Gandhi has said, again I'll repeat, is not new information. The Election Commission has confirmed that in 2023 there was an attempt to delete over 6,000 votes. Is the BJP concerned, yes or no?
It doesn't concern BJP anyways, because we don't see anything and everything through the lens of vote bank politics. We see anything and everything through the lens of national interest, nationalism. Unlike Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he would like to see everything through the lens of vote bank politics. Rahul Gandhi and his party, Muslim appeasement, vote bank politics, we don't see that through the lens of vote bank. We are not concerned with that.
Okay, Lavanya Balal, your response. The constant question that also keeps coming up is, if Rahul Gandhi is coming out with one expose after another against the Election Commission, why not submit these details? Why not go to court?
They have already been submitted, Akshita. Now we are talking about a case where there is an investigation going on and the election commissioner is not supporting the investigation. This is where we are at this stage. Nationalism does not mean compromising the rights of Indian citizens. The BJP spokesperson is unaware that, if somebody loses his voting right, it is detrimental to the national or the nation building activities. I'm sorry, in her passion to, deride what Mr. Gandhi is saying.
No, Lavanya Balal, at the same time, there will be questions of whether there were attempts to fearmonger here. When the Election Commission has taken note of this back in 2023, when they've referred to it as unsuccessful attempts, and when they've said very clearly that, look, this is not something that can happen online, there is a physical verification that's also done if there are attempts to delete votes. Are we attempting to suggest that just because there was this attempt, it happened?
No, Akshita, let me make it clear. In February 2023 is when the investigation starts, or when it was informed to the Chief Election Commissioner. They respond in August of that year, 2023, with partial information. After that, they have just stonewalled the investigation. They are agreed that there was an attempt to remove some of the voters from the voter list. So there is a problem. There has been an attempt to remove voters list, and that too from phone numbers from outside of Karnataka. The phone numbers that attempted to remove this were not from Karnataka. The logins happened for 36 seconds. Imagine how fast the human being has to be to fill a form in 36 seconds and submit 2 forms, which is impossible, humanly impossible. So all of this has happened. It is in the greater good of the nation that all of us today must demand transparency from the Election Commission. Even the BJP, it should stop defending an officer who has failed his duty.
Final word to Mr. Sandeep Shastri. Sir, you've heard from both the BJP and Congress on this. Their stands are very clear on the issue. But on the ground, do you see this actually becoming a campaign for the opposition of vote chori that they've been raising in Bihar, in other states too?
Undoubtedly, this can become the central issue of a campaign. It depends on how the different parties put it forward. But Akshita, I'll just make 2 small points on what has been discussed till now. I think let us accept the fact that the Election Commission has conceded that there were attempts at deleting names, and the Election Commission has been forthright in saying that no such deletion can happen without a process being followed, and that the Election Commission has committed itself to. They have also conceded that such an attempt was made, which I think is an important point. And therefore, our BJP spokesperson here saying that they are not concerned about any attempted vote deletion, at name deletion, I don't think would be subscribed to by the BJP leadership. The BJP leadership's commitment to democracy would always make them say any attempt to try and delete names by people who should not be doing that is something
Okay.
that can be objected to. So I think there are multiple issues coming in here.
Right.
And these multiple issues, as I said to you earlier, Akshata, is resulting in this becoming the center of political crossfires.
Okay. Mr. Sandeep Shastri, thank you very much for joining us. I'd also like to thank Lavanya Balala and Lakshmi Gowda for their time and for joining us here on India Today. We'll leave it to the viewer to decide the merit of what Rahul Gandhi is alleged here. You've got a response from the Election Commission as well on the allegations put forth by Rahul Gandhi. In part 2 of his expose, he says the hydrogen bomb is coming up very, very soon. All right, with that, let's shift our focus to Tamil Nadu, where politics is heating up with just about 7 months to go for the elections. There's been a lot of questions, talk, buzz about Edappadi Palaniswamy's visit to Delhi and his meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah. Endless speculation of exactly what was discussed in that meeting. EPS now has spoken out about it, and he claims Amit Shah has given him a direct assurance that the BJP has no say and will not interfere whatsoever in the AIADMK's internal matters.
Politics in Tamil Nadu is heating up. Amid the internal rift in the AIADMK, Party General Secretary Edappadi Palaniswamy met Union Home Minister Amit Shah in Delhi. Under intense pressure to take back former AIADMK leaders such as Sasikala, O. Paneerselvan and T.T. Vidyanatharan, Palaniswamy claimed that Shah had assured that he would not interfere into the internal matters of the Dravidian party.
வீட்டிலிருந்து வெளியில் ஒரு காரில் என் முகத்தை துடைக்கிறேன். அப்பொழுது அதை எடுத்து அரசியல் பண்ணுகிறேன். இனிமேல் ரெஸ்ட் ரூம் போனால் கூட உங்களுக்கு சொல்லிட்டு தான் போகணும். அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் பாரதிய ஜனதா கூட்டணி அமைச்ச பிறகு மாண்பு உள்துறை அமைச்சர் தெளிவுபடுத்தினார்.
Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has lashed out at EPS at a rally in Karur. Stalin accusing the AIADMK chief of totally surrendering before Amit Shah.
ரேடுகளிலிருந்து தன்னை காப்பாத்திக்க அதிமுகவை அடை வச்சிட்டார். திராவிடம்னா என்னன்னு கேட்டப்போ அதெல்லாம் எனக்கு தெரியாதுன்னு சொன்ன அவர் அதிமுக தொடங்கினப்போ தன்னுடைய கொள்கை அண்ணாயிசம்னு சொன்னாங்க. அதை இப்ப பழனிசாமி அவர்கள் அடிமையிசம்னு மாத்தி அமித்ஷாவே சரணம்னு மொத்தமா சரண்டர் ஆகிட்டார்.
Congress MP Karthi Chidambaram too claimed that the AIADMK had lost its independence.
AIADMK, a powerful political party and a legacy political party in Tamil Nadu, unfortunately has lost his independence. It is now a wholly owned subsidiary of the BJP. Even for any small internal problem, they'll have to run to Delhi for arbitration. And the people of Tamil Nadu have lost confidence in them.
Former AIADMK leader T.T. Vidyanatharan hit out at EPS, dismissing allegations of kidnapping party MLAs.
He is wearing mask. He showed his real color and real nature in Delhi. I didn't kidnap anybody. Those MLAs who all got upset because Palaniswamy removed me from party when I was the Deputy General Secretary. As long as Palaniswamy is the General Secretary or the face of AIADMK, it will not win in any elections.
Now, sources tell India Today that EPS is unwilling to compromise with Paneerselvam or Sasikala, unlike his predecessors M.G. Ramachandran and Jayalalitha, who had occasionally accommodated bitter critics and dissenters within the party for pragmatic political reasons.
நான் முகமூடி முடிச்சிட்டுலாம் போகல. அவர் தான் முகமூடி எரிஞ்சு அண்ணா திமுகவில் முடிச்சார். டிடி தினகரன் அடிப்படை உற்பத்தி நீக்கப்பட்டு விட்டார். 10 ஆண்டு காலம் கட்சியிலே கிடையாது. மாண்பு அம்மா அவர்கள் மறைந்த பிறகு இறந்த பிறகு அப்பொழுதுதான் அந்த இருச்சடங்கு வரார்.
For now, the BJP appears to keep Paneerselvam, Sasikala and Dinakaran in waiting, as it doesn't want to rock its alliance with the AIADMK. With Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.